This is set number 8630, Mission 3, Gold Hunt. This is from LEGO Agents of 2008. 3 minifigures. 352 pieces. And retails for $30. Now 352 pieces for $30 is a pretty good price per piece. And considering the size of the set, it seems appropriate to make it $30. As opposed to $40 or something bigger. Because some of the other sets in the Agents line already fit that price range. So let's take a closer look at the set now, starting off with our figures. First minifigure that we have is Agent Fuse. This kind of your technical guy. He does pilot a lot of the airborne vehicles in LEGO Agents. He does not have any back printing, and he does not have any hairpiece. He only comes with the helmet. You might recognize his face from Space Police, in the third version of Space Police in 2009, because his face was used in there. But this is the first use, and this is probably one of the first sets he was in. This is his back expression, where you see he's a little bit more scared. In some of the future sets, he does have that scared expression more often. And he's a really cool looking dude. I like how he's designed. He's got a basic uniform, which is good for, you know, LEGO Agents. And just the head printing design on him looks great. Our next minifigure, we'll take him out with the weapons in his hands, is our first henchman. He doesn't really have a name. He's just a regular henchman from Dr. Inferno. He's got the basic uniform on, and a lot of basic detail, in fact, which is okay, because you could still, you know, if you have other minifigures, you can customize them and, you know, use them for other things. Here's a look at his back printing. No back printing on his face, though. He's got the very standard face, and I think he actually goes well with the set because of that face. It's your typical robber face in LEGO City, and also goes well because he has a gold tooth. And speaking of gold tooth, here we have the actually named henchman, Gold Tooth. This character is well, he's really into treasure. You can tell by the way his teeth glow, because all of his teeth except for one are golden. One of them is black. He has a golden pistol in his hand. That's pretty cool to have that kind of weapon. And his hair, unlike other figures in this series, he does have a similar hair mold, but he has a different color. This is a gold color for his hair, and you get it in 2 or 3 different sets in the LEGO Agents line. In one of the sets, though, he doesn't have it because he has a helmet on. There's a look at his face a little bit better. You could use that as a pretty good face for like a pirate or something, because he has that eye patch. That's what it always reminds me of. No back printing on his face, and he does have the same torso printing as the first henchman. The idea of this set, we have, and you know, every set has a different treasure involved with it, or certain rare object that the Dr. Inferno's henchmen are after, or some sort of, you know, main goal to the mission. And the goal of this mission is for Agent Fuse in his supersonic jet to chase after these bad guys with a truck full of gold. We got a full load of gold in the back, held together on a 4x4 plate. You can see there's a lot of really neat gold pieces in here. I'm surprised after so much time. This is one of the first Agent sets I got in 2008. And I'm surprised after so much time they still hold together really well. Even better than some earlier gold pieces. Just a different type of gold, or like slightly different coloring for them. But these don't really accumulate much dust. And when they do, they still really get to shine. Bling! No wonder these henchmen want it. So the first part we're going to look at is the truck itself. This does have a detachable trailer to it, and it only has the 2 wheels. The 2 wheels go along with the other wheels, and it does have easy way for it to, you know, hitch on and take off from the main truck. We do have a main feature on here. We'll get into that a little bit later. You can see there's a sticker there for a timer, 30 seconds. Or maybe it's 30 minutes. It doesn't really specify. We hook that up here with a ball and joint. and let's take a look at the rest of the truck. So here we have our Henchman's truck. This doesn't really have a name with it, but it is a pretty nice vehicle when you consider what kind of trucks and Jeeps that LEGO makes. This one has, you know, pretty nice height to it. It doesn't really have a ladder to it, so I guess they have to find a way to hop up on it. Maybe use some nearby rocks to jump in. First section we have, I'll bring you the back. We have this turret section, mainly where the henchman sits, but can also rotate with his machine guns, which are actually just pistols with attached pieces onto them. But still a nice area, you can still move it around almost 180 degrees. Next section we have is, there's a little walkie-talkie on this side that can move a little bit. We also have over here a shovel, because of course they had to dig up the gold, so that's why they have the shovel on the back of the truck. Next section we have our cockpit, and this is where you can actually seat two minifigures in there nicely. You can see Goldtooth doesn't even take up half the space, so you can fit another minifigure in there. And maybe you could have 3 henchmen riding in the truck, or you could have this one in the front or something. You know, so it's a nice way to use this in other situations. It's got a nice little cockpit section. I know the windows aren't exactly, you know, styled like a regular car window, but I still like this idea towards it. You get a little panel piece on here, which is a sticker. And you do also get some stickers on the side for the rear view mirrors with the Dr. Inferno logo. These can move back and forth all the way around, and they don't have anything on the other side of them, of course. But it's nice to see that they're like a standard Lego City type of rear view mirrors. On the front we get more of that black and orange color scheme, which I like how they divvy it up in this model. They do a good job of, you know, showing it's not just, you know, black, it's not just orange. It's got a nice little mix of both. We have this front section which has 2 stickers on it. Well, it looks like one, but it's actually 2 separate panels that can pop up. And you got some missiles in there. Now the missiles don't actually fire, they just kind of tilt upwards. You can move them up like this and make believe that they're firing, but they don't actually shoot. And they can move one at a time, so you don't have to worry about that. We also get some great detail on the front grille with some headlights, turning signals, and you'll also get a feature they mentioned in the set, is this has a little bit of suspension. On the front 2 sets of tires, there's some flexible pieces underneath them that allows it to rock back and forth a little bit. But this rocking back and forth is mainly by you just actually holding it and moving it. So maybe if you, I don't have a test for it, but if you had a small surface with a bunch of uneven bricks, you could probably ride it over them, and it would actually move them back and forth. But it can only go so far because those flexible pieces, they don't twist too much. They can still move quite a bit. I'll try it from this way. They can still move quite a bit, but I don't know if they'd be as much suspension as other sets. But I still like the concept in it. And it definitely suits as a nice heavy-duty truck for, you know, getaway missions. You could put different storage things in the back. Not just the gold, but also maybe a treasure chest or 2. Nice mix of pieces, too. So, chasing our jet, chasing our chasing our truck, is the Supersonic jet from LEGO Agents. Probably one of my favorite Agents vehicles. This has a lot of really nice details on it and some pretty well placed stickers. We'll get to the stickers first. We have a couple you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this section, set out on different pieces, and they do line up with the bricks, so it makes it easy to place. You also have some on the back wings. These are kind of like halfway on the stickers on the actual plates. And one on the other side. You don't get any on the bottom. And we do get, as you saw before, the cockpit just comes right off like that. We got one sticker inside of here with one lever, because, you know, jets usually have one way of, you know, if the plane's not flying up, it's flying down. So you have the one lever moving back and forth. You can put it in his hands, and just need to twist it to the side. But I like to keep it towards the middle just for the rough idea what it's supposed to be for. You can see the sticker there has some kind of like a technical sticker. We'll fit that back on. You can also see back here it says eject, and on the sides it says danger, jet intake. So there are some, you know, stickered vents on here. Some are actual vents like these. This piece happens to fall off a lot. That's one thing I don't like about this model. It falls off. It's probably fallen off. It's already fallen off like twice during this review on its own, just because it's not really attached to anything. It's a very, you know, loose piece, but it is a nice, you know, gives a nice streamlined detail to it. I also like the way the wings are designed, because you have the wings, you know, in a nice slanted function, so it really gives that nice supersonic effect when you have it flying by. What's also good about this model, and probably one of my favorite parts of the set in general, is underneath it. The main function of the set, other than taking off the cockpit and moving the wings, is these two little rocket launchers. That's right, a $30 set that you can get rocket launchers in, and two of them on the same model. I thought that was only going to include one, but I was actually a bit surprised to find both were underneath. And I liked also how they build the sides of this. You know, it's sideways built, so it gives it a nice sleek effect underneath. Anyways, we have these two rocket launchers so that we can shoot our truck in the back. Not only to shoot it just, you know, to take down the truck, we can also shoot it. You can hold it like this, and it's nice, and it's a nice grip, so you can still hold the model well and still access the triggers. You can see there. So what we're going to do, we're going to try to shoot the blaster at this target so we can have it launch the gold off of the truck. One shot. All right. Now they did actually still get a little bit of gold in there. The main part fell off. One of the loose gold bars fell off. Nice little piece. There's still another one right underneath here. You have to shake it out. It's in an uncomfortable position. I'll have to take it off. Let's see. There we go. That's out. So they got a little bit of gold, but we got a lot of the gold back. That's a nice play feature with it. And you can put the gold in here two different ways. You can have it fall out more easily like this, because one of them's ready to slide, and then the next one will just kind of fall in. Or you could have it this way for more display purposes. They won't fall out through there, but they can still have, you know, smoothness to let them fall. It's a really nice feature to put in this Supersonic jet and to put in the set in general, and really makes the price for it worthwhile. So all in all, I'm a big fan of this set. This is one of the first sets that I got because it was one of the first I was most interested in. What I think, it actually makes a good go-ahead. It's a good set to put along with the Swamp Raid, which I've already reviewed, because of the idea about the gold. Now you saw in the Swamp Raid, Breakjaw has a map that shows some kind of temple in it. And what I noticed in the background of this set, it shows that they're running away from a temple area. So I think those two sets are actually linked to each other. They have been in the magazine on the same page with each other, so perhaps maybe that's the idea behind it. And you could definitely fit the Jeep right with the Swamp Raid base set. Very nice combination for it. It would make sense for the large tires then, because, you know, you have to drive through swamps and mud, things like that. But talking about just this set alone has a really good price value of $30, because you get some great minifigures with it, and you get some great features, nice pieces. I do like the orange that they put into it, and I also like to put the bit of chrome, the gold, and the navy blue on it. And let's not forget those blasters. I mean, that's one thing I really like about the set, is the blasters. And it has a great, easy function for the model. You know, this would be fun to play with two friends. You know, one of them driving the truck away, the other one with the jet trying to shoot it down. Very good feature with that. And even if you find this online on eBay today, this is for a pretty good price. I've seen them for approximately the same price, $30, or not too much higher. You know, maybe even $36, $40, you know. So prices are kept pretty low for this set, which is a good thing. So if you did want to buy this online, you have that option, and you're not, you know, spending a fortune because it's an older set. Because sometimes that happens. If you want to get just the figures, they sometimes go for about $6 to $10. But I recommend getting this set if you can, if you even are interested in it, because we have Agents coming up in 2014, so this might be a good buy. If you want to get back into the Agents theme appropriately, if they are continuing it with this concept, then this would be a nice set to get. Very well, you know, very good size of the vehicles. The way I mentioned orientation between sets, this one is kind of like even as far as the orientation goes. Because one set you have, or one model you have one minifigure in a vehicle, but he has a lot of awesome blasters and large size to his vehicle. The other one has two minifigures, relative size, and a bunch of cool features that are, you know, just nice to play around with. So, it's also a nice heavily armed truck. You know, you have different guns on the sides, and you have access for, you know, more missiles in the front hood. So, this is a truck you don't want to mess with, but this guy's ready to. So, thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you next time with more LEGO set reviews. Boom! Boom! Oh, I missed both times. Well, I'm out of here.